Good day everyone, I'm Jellah Lara from BSBA 2C, and for today's video, I'll be discussing all about organizational and individual change. So let's proceed.
First is, what is organizational change? Organizational change is a change that a group of people must learn to accept and implement. It refers to a modification or transformation of the organization structure, processes, or goods. It focuses on the activities taken by a team to enable and encourage those individual changes. In organizational change, it's an action in which a company or business alters a major component of its organization. It can be the structure of an organizational operation and size of a workforce or a role that result in a change in the working situations, structure, terms, and condition or environment. Like for example, creating a change practice or change management office within an organization, because as a manager task is guiding your employees through it and overseeing organizational change. It is important to know what the process looks like and what to expect, because effective managers need to be aware for a change or the need to adopt the organization, to implement and plan for a change to achieve organizational goals. Next is, there are two types of organizational change, which are adaptive change or small incremental changes organizations adopt to address needs that evolve over time. Second is transformational change, have a larger scale and scope than adaptive change. In adaptive change are minor modification and adjustment that can managers adjust and implement to execute business strategies. Like for example of an adaptive change is an organization that upgrades their technology or computer operating system, like from Windows 8 to Windows 10. While transformational change are often fueled in response to external forces such as the emergence of a disruptive new competitor or issues impacting a company's supply. Like for example, the adoption of a customer relationship management software, which all departments are expected to learn and employ. Next is, why is organizational change important? Organizational change is necessary for companies to succeed and grow. Organizational change can help the successful adoption and usage of change within the business. It allows employees to understand and commit to their work so they can work effectively during it. Because without effective organizational change, the company transitions can result in lower employees' morale and competent skills development. It can lead the organization to fail. And for the individual change, it focuses on how a single person makes a successful change. It allows employee to understand and commit to the shift and work effectively. An individual change is an understanding of how one person makes a change successfully, either at home, in the community, or at work. Individuals may move through the change process in an unpredictable and expected path. It also provides framework for enabling one person to make a transition. Like for example, a leader or manager needs to understand each employee's motivations, desires, and concern, so they can support or encourage that person to adopt the change. Next is, why we need individual change. An individual change is necessary for organizational change to be effective. It defines the outcomes or results that organizational activities are trying to achieve. For this, One of the key to successfully managing change is the use of an individual change. Understand how an individual experiences change is critical for change management activities and interventions to be successful. While reasons we need an individual change perspective. First is successful organizational change only result when individuals are successful at change. The answer to this is the fact that organizational change is only successful with each impact individual makes their own successful transitions. Any organizational initiatives that impacts how people do. Their job is only successful as each employee at making the personal change. Second is we are all different. As human beings, we respond to change fairly predictably. For this, the way we as human beings respond to change is actually very similar. It is a basic human nature to be curious about why a change is happening and what has resulted in the need for change. Last is an individual change provides the key building blocks for successful individual change. In this case, we can directly connect an individual change to achieving organizational goals and objectives. It is actually at the center of meeting the goals and strategic initiatives because an effective individual change looks like from the individual perspective.